Out of all the annoying characters in GTA, one that I personally hate will always be Maria. Literally everything about her just makes me absolutely disgusted at her presence. From her sheer stupidity, from of course the way she acts, and due to all the trouble she constantly brings. And I'm not the only one. And that's what we're going to discuss today on how Maria is literally a living curse and how she is nothing but bad luck and pure headache. And honestly, it's amazing that she survived as long as she did. Now, Maria in, of course, the series in GTA San Andreas. Now, in this game, CJ is getting a phone call from, of course, Rosenberg, and he's told that Salvatore has come. Now, you're probably wondering, what does this have to do with Maria? Well, this is actually the mission that chronologically makes Maria appear for the first time, and it proves that she's not a Liberty City girl, she's actually from Los Angeles. So, Maria shows up, and she's actually pretty normal here. She doesn't do anything annoying, she doesn't do anything too bad yet. But we do see Salvatore has the hots for her right away. It's really interesting to see Maria act pretty normal. But sooner or later, after this, we do get a sign of Maria, one of her bad traits, and that's her love for money. After Salvatore's guy pays her, right away Maria complains about the pay, fully showing that she was a gold digger, and we don't see her again until later. So the next time we see Maria is basically in Salvatore's final mission in GTA San Andreas, and we see her flirting with Salvatore and him flirting with her. And it seems like the two are genuinely in love with each other, but little does both of them know this is not true. Both are actually going to be using each other for their own purposes. Salvatore because he wants a younger lady, and Maria for other reasons I'll get to later on. But one of the big things to hint in San Andreas is that this is the last time Maria ever acts like a normal person. Like I said, Maria is pretty normal in San Andreas. Yeah, she shows her gold digging side early on, but still, we don't see that crazy, annoying diva we see until Liberty City Stories and GTA 3, and this will be the last time Maria ever acts chill like this. After this, she would ultimately become the curse, and this is the beginning of her turning into the living curse I was mentioning. So, time skip to, of course, GTA Liberty City Stories, and we are introduced to Maria actually becoming the curse that she would ultimately become. Now, at first she doesn't do anything, but that's because we haven't started her missions yet. Once we start her missions, Maria shows just how big of a burden she's become. She's more crazy, she's more loud, she's more annoying, and throughout all of her missions, she has Tony do a ridiculous amount of things that are just simply stupid, like she goes shoplifting just for the joy of it, which could have got her and Tony arrested. She betted Tony in a street race with Salvatore's money, and she even goes as far as to try and buy drugs from the Sindacos, who are Salvatore's enemies, and of course, they end up kidnapping her and try to hold her for ransom. But Maria also shows another thing, and that's of course she sleeps with a giant amount of men. After Tony wins the race, we find out that she's been seeing this biker by the name of Wayne, and Maria has been sleeping with both him and other guys behind Salvatore's back. And this really shows us just how much of a terrible person Maria is. And of course, Wayne ends up beating Maria because Maria reveals that she's in love with Tony. And Tony hasn't even done anything towards Maria to try to woo her. He makes it clear he's disgusted by her. And Maria is automatically in love with Tony. And this proves flat out that Maria just falls in love with any man that she sees, which is really what makes her annoying and just really bad. And after Tony kills Wayne, he has to deal with more BS, like Wayne's gang coming after him and possibly trying to kill him. And when Tony sees Maria again, she's completely completely on drugs, and we see that now she has a massive drug addiction. And this just makes her even more crazy and more annoying. So basically Maria even has Tony go on a wild goose chase for some drugs, and this leads Tony to meeting Wayne's gang, the LC bikers who tried to kill him. They chase Tony until they get to Salvatore's mansion, and again, Maria is still in love with Tony. And Maria shows just how much of a gold digger she is, because when she asks Tony for money, she right away gets upset and even acts like Tony has been flirting with her this entire time, which Tony has not. And this really shows us just how much of a curse Maria is. She does nothing but cause everyone around her trouble and acts like it's not a big deal. And literally, Maria shows just how much of a burden she's truly become after Maria also shows that her full gold-digging side in this game as well, because we get a call from Salvatore as he's looking for her. He says the only time he sees her is when she's asking money. And we can also see through Tony just how much of a headache Maria is. She causes people nothing but trouble. She acts so nonchalant about it and acts like she can get away with it and just simply doesn't care. And on top of that, we also see that she falls for literally any man she sees. And just to be clear, I want to make it clear that I know Salvatore is not innocent in this area either, because he cheats on Maria multiple times. He goes to the strip club to cheat on her 100 times, so neither of them are innocent here, but Maria is not innocent as well. In fact, Maria and Salvatore are hands down one of the most toxic couples in GTA, because they're just simply using each other. Both hate each other, but both only use each other for their own purposes. Salvatore uses Maria's body to make himself look good. Maria only cares about his money, so both of them are in the wrong. Now we're at GTA 3, where we're basically, Maria is at her worst in this game because of the trouble she causes Claude. So, Claude meets Maria after doing Salvatore's first mission, where Salvatore is having a meeting with the other high ranks of the Leones to talk about what they're going to do about the cartel and the triads. And of course, Salvatore told Claude to just take Maria out, to take her wherever she wants to go and all that. And right away, Maria again shows us just how toxic her and Salvatore is, because she openly acknowledges that she only hangs around with him just for the money. And she gives Claude a nickname, which already shows how much she views people as property. But Maria, of course, gets into trouble in literally this first mission. She tells Claude to drive her to a drug dealer, and she even goes to a party, which turns out to be a raid, which Claude, of course, has to save her from. And you all know what happens? Maria, after just meeting Claude for literally a few minutes, is automatically in love with him. Like, she says, "You treat me real good," and respect, and Claude didn't even say or do anything to her, and already she's in love with him. I'm sorry, but this really shows us just how dirty of a person Maria really is. And this leads up to what Maria is really known for and why I consider her a living curse. So after Claude helped the Leones in their war with the Triads, finish off the Pirellis for them, and destroy the cartel's drug factory, he did a good job. And Salvatore told Claude that he's going to become a member of the Leones, and of course Salvatore makes it like, oh, they're going to go celebrate, but he told Claude to do one more job before going to the maid ceremony. However, as we all know, this is a trap. Salvatore is actually betraying Claude because of Maria. And what happened is, when Claude gets to the car, Maria sends him a message telling him that the car is a trap and it really has a car bomb in it. So she technically saved Claude, but this is all of her fault, because what happened is that when we go meet Maria, she reveals to us that the reason why Salvatore wants us killed is because she told him her and Claude were having an affair, which they never were. And you can see from the movement of Claude's hands that he can't believe she did this. And now, because of her, Salvatore and the Leones want Claude dead. Because this is really just dumb what Maria did, that she turned the Leones against Claude simply because she told Salvatore she was having an affair with Claude because she was trying to get a reaction out of him. And because of Maria, we can never go back to the Leones' territory now. Yes, she saved Claude, but this is still her fault. And she also reveals that she's an op in this mission because she's friends with Asuka, the underboss of the Yakuza and enemies of the Leones, so she also shows that she's an op. And the way she talks to Claude, she talks to him like they're cool with that. But Claude, even though he doesn't change his face, is really pissed off at Maria because now the Leones want him dead. She even has the nerve to wave at Claude like they're all cool in that. But in reality, Claude is furious, and the only reason he doesn't hurt her at this moment is because of his relationship with Asuka, because he's working for her now and he needs protection. And because of her, we now have to kill Salvatore because of her, and this makes the Leones want to kill us forever now. So already Maria shows just how much of a curse and a burden she is. And the fact that she acts like her and Claude are cool, it really shows you just how stupid she really is. So we don't see Maria for a while, thank God, and we are saved from her stupidity for a while until the mission Sam. And it seems that her and Asuka have more than a friendship relationship, but the moment that she sees Claude, she calls him babe. And literally, she even goes as far as to talk to Claude like there's still something between them. And Claude doesn't even pay attention to Maria, and this really frustrates a lot of people because Maria still thinks that her and Claude are a thing. And the fact that she even thinks he's her boyfriend by calling him babe, it really shows us just how little her intelligence truly is. And then, after Claude does Asuka's final mission, we return, and it turns out Asuka has been killed and Catalina has kidnapped Maria for $500,000, which is ridiculous because she's not even close to being worth that much. And of course, Claude has to go and rescue her, really fully showing just how much of a burden and a liability she is. And of course, Claude loses a lot of money getting to her. So Claude ends up killing literally half of the cartel just to get to Maria. He kills all the cartel soldiers who are watching her, and he gets his revenge on Catalina. And that was the real reason why Claude ended up saving Maria, because it was the only way he could get close to kill Catalina. And Claude manages to get all the money back, sure, but still. And right away, it seems like, this is the day is saved, a happy ending, and all of that. And Maria and Claude walk away together. And at first, when you look at Claude, it seems that he's forgiven Maria. But then Maria starts annoying Claude by talking about herself, and really he gets fed up with her. And so the two keep walking, and basically Maria then annoys Claude yet again. And basically, possibly fed up with her, Claude and Maria, they just walk further and further, but at the end of the credit, you then hear this. So you guys heard it right there. So basically, after being fed up with Maria, Claude clearly killed her. And a lot of YouTubers debate on whether or not Claude killed Maria, but he did. If you guys look at Claude and Maria, notice right there, Claude lets Maria walk ahead of him. he looks like he's walking the same pace as her, but if you look closely, he actually lets her walk in front of him. And if you guys look further down in the screen, you could clearly see that he's letting her gotten a few distance away from him. It's very obvious that Claude shot her in the back of the head, and you see I circled right here that look, Maria is on the right, Claude is on the back left, and he clearly let her walk in front of him, and he clearly shot her, killing her and leaving her for dead. So he killed her. So to sum it up, Maria is a curse. Maria is straight up a curse. She causes nothing but trouble for everyone. She causes them so much pain, so much of a burden she is, and the fact that she acts like it's not a big deal is really more stupid. She sleeps with so many people. She basically does all what she does for money. She's a massive drug addict, and the fact that she acts like she's this precious princess that will never get hurt, it makes her such a frustrating character. And Rockstar did a beautiful job making her such a hateful character. She's actually based on two characters. The first one she's based on is Adriana from The Sopranos, and you can see from her looks, she's similar to Adriana in her looks. But in terms of her personality, she's similar to Ginger from Casino. Just like Maria, Ginger is a massive drug addict. She's a gold digger. She cheats on her man, which is the main protagonist of Casino, and she's just a terrible person, and she too gets a very fate she deserves, like a huge fate she deserves. Ginger dies of a drug overdose. And Maria, I do not feel bad for her. Even though, yes, she did get hit by Salvatore, she was not a good person. Maria was a piece of garbage. She was a terrible human being, and honestly, she got what she deserved in the end. The fact that she literally thought that she could get away with all of this after what she did to Claude and Tony, everything just came back to bite her in the end. And that's why I consider Maria the biggest curse. And that is ultimately why me and a bunch of GTA fans absolutely hate Maria. At first, a lot of people don't hate her, they just play GTA 3, but if they play GTA Liberty City Stories, they just straight up hate her. And Rockstar did a good job making Maria just this unbearable person. So I hope all y'all enjoyed this. This is Gwave signing out. Peace, God bless, have a good day or night, depending on what time you're watching this. Do you guys consider Maria the most annoying GTA character ever, or do you think there's a character more worse than her? Let me know in the comments. I hope all y'all enjoyed this. This is Gwave signing out, and I'll see you guys next time when I do yet another lore video and another playthrough on my channel. Check out my TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. This is Gwave signing out. Bye.